And with this project we're going to do today, you need 3 of the thankful and blessed signs from the Dollar Tree. I also have 2 different designs of paper from Hobby Lobby, some 120 grit sandpaper, some Mod Podge, a foam sponge, and I possibly could use some rubber stamps. I'm not exactly sure. If there's any additional items needed, I will add them below in the description box along with the complete list of items. And saying that, let's get started. I'm going to move this to the side because we are going to get glitter everywhere. And as you can tell, I have already taken 2 of the pumpkins and taken the strings off of them and taken the raffia bow and the little silver leaf off of it. Taken the 120 sandpaper and tried to sand a lot of the heavy glitter that's on it off. These pumpkins are very pretty as is, but I love the shape of them. And I take the 120 grit sandpaper. Sometimes you get the glue here comes off, sometimes it doesn't. I'm going to use my Mod Podge. This one is the gloss. I usually like to use the matte finish, but I picked up the wrong one this time, so this is a perfect project for this because it's going to be underneath the paper that I'm going to use. Whoa! That's a little bit much. Well, we'll just take care of that problem. That's why you probably should not pour Mod Podge. You should probably just brush a little at a time like a normal person. I enjoy making things. Whenever you fix something and you make something, or you change the way it looks just a little bit, change up something and add your own personal touches or a different color that you might prefer over what the store had. Sometimes what your style is not always what's in the store. And I've never been one to like cookie cutter stuff, which all that stuff is beautiful. I just have always had my own taste in things. Hello, Nate.
Hello.
You want to be in my video?
I don't know. I kind of look like a mess right now.
It's okay. We're all a hot mess. Next, I'm taking the craft paper that I got from Hobby Lobby and I am placing it on the pumpkins where I put the Mod Podge, and I'm rubbing it around, trying to place it as perfect as I can, rubbing out all the bubbles, because if you're not careful you will get bubbles when you put paper over top of Mod Podge. And before I set the pumpkins aside to dry, I will check to see if there's any areas, if there is, that didn't stick. I will add more Mod Podge and fix it and put it to the side to dry. I have a new partner with me over here. It's my little son Nate.
Hello.
You can see his arm over here. He's working on his own project.
Yep, I don't even know what I'm making.
Okay, now this is what we've done while you were gone. I took this lovely sign and I painted it a while back with the spray paint, which I do not recommend doing. And so I took the banner off of it, and because I took the banner off and I ripped it, I had to popsicle stick it back together. So there's the update.
I don't think this sign is sturdy enough that I'm making. This is what I'm making.
He's making a sign.
It's a hot mess.
We'll see. Some things that you think's a hot mess ends up turning out to be the best projects that you've ever made.
Thank you for that confidence boost.
You're welcome. So, as you can see, I don't know if you can see or not, but you can still see where it says give thanks, I think. But anyway, you can see the black lettering. So we're going to take makeup sponges because someone likes to use my paintbrush sponges.
Hi.
Someone named Nate. I'm just kidding. He can use anything he wants. And we're going to put a thin layer of this Waverly's chalk paint. Plaster. Trying to find the color. Can't see. Probably not a good idea to craft if you can't see. After a thick coat of chalk paint on my banner, I decided to use my stamps to spell out pumpkin spice everything. I got those stamps at Hobby Lobby and I really love them. They work really great. After I stamped my pumpkin spice everything on my sign, I got 2 of these wooden pumpkins out of this pack from the Dollar Tree, and I painted them black, and I dry brushed a little bit of the white chalk paint around both of them, and I took some of this gel super glue and glued them down on the little sign off of the other board, and that's what we've got so far. And these little pumpkins are super cute from the Dollar Tree. You can use them with a lot of different DIYs. So if you can see them at the Dollar Tree anytime, you should really pick them up. Okay, now that our paper has had time to sit up and glue, hopefully it's connected all the way around. It has. This is what it looked like, and it dried overnight. Well, not overnight, but a couple hours. And I have already taken these 2 pumpkins right here, and I painted the stems with Waverly chalk paint and trimmed around the edges to kind of get a little bit of a head start. I'm going to set them over here. And I have a very small cutting board thingy, whatever you call them. I'm not the best at remembering stuff all the time. And I just took my little blade, and I figured it would be easier than going around with scissors, and I just went all around the edges. Nate's watching some kind of video in there in the shower, but I would not recommend using one of these unless you have some type of a really thick cardboard, or you're doing it on a surface that you don't mind to maybe get cuts or scrapes or anything on, because these are super sharp, and these right here are like self-healing mats. Like if you cut them, they close themselves back up. Wouldn't that be nice if that would happen to us? If we cut ourselves, we would just instantly close back up. I just love this buffalo check. I think I'm a little bit over in love with this buffalo check. Good that this is coming back in style, because I really love it. So the next step is to lightly sand the edges of your pumpkin and the fabric to kind of roughen it up and make it look like it's actually supposed to be on there like that. And rough your paper up a little. Well, you can't get in the corners so perfectly good with the scissors. This helps. And try to sand with your sandpaper and your pumpkin, apples, whatever you may be using. Don't sand like from the bottom out. It will tear your paper off. Sand from the top side down, if that makes any sense. Sometimes I'm not the best explainer. So if you sand down the edge like this, like around and down, it doesn't rip off except for what you want to be taken off. And if you go from the bottom up, it'll just peel all your paper up. So be careful in how you sand it whenever you are sanding, if you decide to do the steps. And then I'm going to take some white chalk paint and just go over the end of the stem here to take the orange off, because I wasn't sure how that would look anyway, so I think that it's best just to cover it up with some pretty white chalk paint. And get around the edges too. And I decided that I was going to go all the way around the pumpkin. I thought it'd just make it look more clean, and I want to get around these edges on this painting and let it dry, and I will be back in just a few minutes to work on the other ones as soon as this dries up. Okay, I've got everything together, or as much as I can get things together, because you know, sometimes I'm a hot mess. And we're going to line up the two edges, the ends of this pumpkin, with the top two edges of this pumpkin as well as we can. You know, it's not perfection. And see, okay, I think that's good. I'm going to take some E6000 because I like it. I think it's better for holding purposes in the long run. Put a little bit of that on there and add a little bit of hot glue for the instant hold. I hope that's even. I'm eyeballing it. It looks pretty close. Hold it down for just a second so the hot glue can do its thing. Did the water not help your hiccups?
I don't think it would have helped me.
Did you even drink any?
Nope.
And now we're going to put some E6000 on the back of this pumpkin. I hope it doesn't squeeze out everywhere. Sometimes I have a tendency to use too much glue. Better too much than not enough, because you can always wipe the excess away. And this is what we have so far. I think it's turning out pretty cute, I have to say so myself. And this is the little sign that we made, or it says pumpkin spice everything. And I think I'm just going to place it right in the center. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe get my craft room together so I can have somewhere to craft.
Instead of the living room.
Instead of on my bar, between my dining room and my living room. That's one thing about farmhouse stuff. It doesn't have to be perfect.
Nope.
It's a little tiny bit of paint. Not much at all. And put it on your paintbrush. And dry brushing is just taking a little bit a little bit of paint and brushing over it to make it soft a little bit. I don't know if you can tell the difference in this one and this one. Probably not, because I didn't do a whole lot. I might need to do a little bit more. Now I'm going to take some jute and wrap it around the stems of the pumpkins on each side, and take some hot glue and glue it down on the ends. And as you will notice, I do not like to touch the hot glue. I have burnt myself a few times, so I usually will use like a paintbrush stick or something to hold it down until it gets a chance to set in place. And that's with wrapping a little twine around it, not too much, just a little, just for some decorative touches. And to make a bow, I'm just going to take some jute and wrap it around my fingers, all 4 of them, because I want it to be a little bit bigger. About 4 times, probably. Yeah, I think that's good. And cut it off, and then extra string. Just smash it together in the middle, pinch it, and take your jute in the middle. I am not a good bow maker. It's okay, because practice makes perfect, and I've not made too many of these bows, so we're working. We're getting it. And I want to just place the bow on there like so. At the bottom. And then I have the leaves that I dry brushed, and I'm going to stick them. See, the back of it is still only orange, and I have had experiences also with glue guns and metal. They get hot. I think I'll place it like this, facing out that way. Hot. Told you it was hot. And then I'm going to do the other side exactly the same. And then I'm going to take the little jute bows that I made and place them right on the jute cord. For some reason this bow over here looks a little more hardy and a little more fluffy. This one looks kind of like pitiful and puny. God love it. Made them with the same amount of times around my finger, 4 times on each side. Let's trim the little ribbons down. Everything all lined up and ready. And I think I might put some jute on it and hang it on the wall. That's what I think I will do. A generous amount of hot glue, because we definitely don't want it falling off the wall if we hang it on the wall. And that's for sure. And this is the finished product hanging on the wall. I love it. It turned out so much prettier than I thought. You would never know that that was 3 orange Dollar Tree pumpkins. And thank you for watching my video. If you like this content and anything else that I have previously done, I do have more DIYs to come, and also some more fall recipes along with cleaning videos and fall decorating. If you are not subscribed, please hit the red subscribe button and then hit the notification bell down on the right hand side. That will notify you each time I upload a video. And I hope that you enjoy this video. Leave me a comment below if there's something that you think should be different, or if you would like it hanging on your wall, or shall I put the bottom on it and use it to stand up on the table. But I appreciate you all coming and watching my videos and spending some time with me this afternoon. I hope each and every one of you have a blessed day and a blessed week. And thank you, and God bless.